From my point of view, the evidence points to the existence of a Sasquatch. Lacking the physical evidence, we have a lot of good soft evidence that says these animals appear at the right place at the right time for primary food sources in the mountains and in the forested habitats where we have sightings. I don't think if we were dealing with contrived sightings that we would have consistent prime habitat in the areas where these animals are sighted. So I think they're actually animals, and they're using habitats similar to bears, but also slightly different in some places, but consistent from year to year and seasonally consistent, which is more important to me. That at the right time of year you would expect a move to occur in this large animal. It occurs, and then they move into places where there's prime habitat at exactly the right time. I think there's no question that Sasquatch could survive in this area and do well, in fact. There's unanswered questions that we focus on, like why does Sasquatch avoid people, or how can Sasquatch avoid people and detection? Some people use that as the reason to claim that it couldn't possibly exist. I found here, associated with Bigfoot sightings here, that are consistent with hair found by other people in Oregon, Washington, British Columbia even. The morphology of the hair is the same, and it's not any other known animal. So this is one of the important finds that keeps us going, is that we know there's something out there that is producing this hair, and it's unidentified. I think it's important to remember that science is carried out by human beings. And one of the problems is we tend to be biased in one direction or another. And we're also subject to the problems of supporting families and having a regular income. When your boss comes up to you and tells you that you will be fired if you continue to have your name associated with Bigfoot, well, if you require that job to feed your family, you tend to shut up about it. And that's precisely what happened to several friends of mine who were professionally employed as biologists or wildlife veterinarians. And they kept quiet. I was with them. Several of us were cornered at the same time by a high-ranking official in an agency we worked for. And we were told quite forcefully that if we continued to have our name associated with this mysterious forest-dwelling primate, we would be fired, and he would see to it personally. So this is pretty potent stuff, and this happens all over, different agencies, different people. It can give the agency a bad name when something's considered to be a myth and some of your employees are actually treating it like an actual animal.